Adorned in imagination. That's something I've been thinking a lot about recently. As a queer person who's been on an ever-evolving journey to understand who I am and how I want to present and move through the world, I've been thinking a lot about the transformative power of style and story. The things that we have in our life, whether it's clothing, jewelry, the way that we decide to present, how we do our hair and makeup, all of those things are part of how we adorn ourselves and imagine ourselves into existence every day. I'm Josh Miller. I'm based in Denver, Colorado. I am a queer, multidisciplinary artist and nonprofit leader, the co-founder of Unknown Project, and non-binary human being. Through this series, I'm really looking at the intersection of fashion, culture, and community, how those things come together to support self-expression, liberation, and transformation of each of us as individuals. Looking into and exploring the stories and design philosophies of different independent designers, both clothing and jewelry, of people who I've met and also who I've just been able to buy pieces from multiple continents, whether that's through travel, through Instagram, or through events here in Denver, Colorado. As part of this series, we're going to talk to FloraJane from Biennial of the Americas and Koya Nyangi, the founder of African Creators Festival, and others as this series evolves, to think about the ways that they work, FloraJane across the Western Hemisphere and Koya with designers from Africa, and how this cross-cultural exchange, when it's grounded in respect and in celebration and in understanding the traditions and the history of where these pieces come from, how that enhances our lives. For me, this has really been an evolving journey. In particular, over the past 8 to 10 years of deconstructing a lot of what I learned growing up, really questioning, what is my gender identity? What are the things I claim for myself and I think represent me? How do I want to move through the world? How do I want to dress? How do I want to express myself? As a young person, I remember being really excited to try wearing different things, but a lot of that excitement was taken away by a society that said that these were the ways that you were supposed to and that you should show up. So as I've been on my own uncovering journey, thinking about how I'm going to move through the world, being able to learn about and engage with these different designers, whether that has been Antonio Rodriguez or Mesnikovic or Adele Dayak, and so many others that we're going to meet through this series, it has been really freeing and really mind-opening and world-expanding to know that there are so many ways that we can present, so many pieces we can put together, whether they're wearable photos, whether they're handcrafted pieces from Mexico. All of those pieces contribute to who we are and the story that we can tell. It's also allowed me to understand different cultures, different practices for how people recycle into fashion, how they create pieces as smaller teams, as communities. As I was putting this series together, there were some words that came forward for me, some pieces that really felt like it threaded the narrative together of what I was trying to, one, explore for myself, but two, share with you all and engage you all in this journey, thinking about how are we adorned in imagination and what is the transformational power of the style and stories intersecting in our daily lives. So I'm going to share that with you all. The ritual of adornment is a beautiful thing. Each day, choosing how to show up, imagining yourself into existence through color, texture, shape, and fit, draped in pieces from across continents and cultures as you step out into the world. As I have been immersed in communities and practices that expand my understanding of people and adornment, and introduced to designers and their carefully crafted pieces through travel, research, and friends, the more I have been able to uncover who I am, to bring into the world a vision, the me that awaits, to free myself from the confines of gendered norms and small minds, to be the winds of change that sent the clouds of fear away, that dampened my spirits. Asking as Rumi did, if you remember who you are, what will you become? For when I am adorned in the work of Adele Dayak, House of Stone, Mesnikovic, and Craxitude, I am the human I imagined was possible. When I hear the story of the Maasai women of Sedai Designs preserving their cultural practices while supporting their people by making jewelry and goods. When I feel Antonio Rodriguez's design principles sewn into the dress I got in Barcelona before even hearing their words. I design garments that don't dress bodies, they liberate identities. When the ostrich feathers of the custom piece by Gunnar Dethridge dance in the wind along my arm and across my chest, and the aquamarine held by swirling silver crafted by Cassandra Shaw sparkles, when I am draped in a silk print of my photos, featuring awe-inspiring places where I felt free, I am liberated, joyous, head held high, poised and graceful, strong and emboldened, radiant in my queerness. It has been through ongoing exploration and encouragement that I have been able to expand my aperture, to step beyond the safety and the false sense of protection that comes from living in someone else's dream. When I am draped in art, culture, and beauty, I am limitless. It has been a journey to get here. Tough, sometimes painful, experimentation and trial and error, a changing body, an expansion of self. As Maya Angelou said, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. My hope for you is this, that you embrace the reality that every day you get to imagine yourself into existence, that you venture out of your comfort zone to understand and celebrate all that it can mean to be human, adorned in pieces and work from across the globe, wearing and celebrating cultures as a form of resistance, of love, of community, challenging the practice of appropriation with direct investment in the culture of creation. To know that adorning oneself in another's story is a privilege, not a trend. For you may find that you can learn as much about yourself as you learn about others. Freedom to exist comes from within and through the mutual respect and the creation of beloved community. Remembering all along that you can adorn yourself in imagination every day. As we move through the Adorned in Imagination series, I can't wait to hear from you all, your perspectives and your questions, what things spark a new idea or what designer you may be introduced to, and who you think we should learn more about, their story, their practice, their design work, their philosophy, and how that might fit into how we imagine ourselves into existence every day. So stay tuned, can't wait to hear from you, and talk to you next time.